Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, bringing you our new video, which is going to be what we believe the future for Kings Island holds. And as you can see here, in 2019, Vortex roller coaster was announced that it would be closed at Kings Island and dismantled, leaving a huge section of the park undeveloped. Kings Island is one of the largest parks in the Cedar Fair chain, over 700 acres, and only 364 of those acres are developed at this current time, leaving plenty of space for future development. That's a bird's eye view of the Vortex roller coaster. So this huge space that Vortex used to occupy, which it's not huge, but it's a good substantial amount of space. It's located on the southeast portion of the park, located next to Windseeker, and this roller coaster was a staple, opening in 1987 and closing in 2019. 2019 also brought the announcement of the first Giga Coaster at Kings Island, Orion, that would be located over in the newly established Area 72 area, located over by what used to be Firehawk roller coaster at Kings Island, and located over by Flight of Fear. That whole area is going to be redeveloped for the 2020 season, and it should be opening in April with no issues under its current timeline. This is the total area of Kings Island currently, as stated from the this is overhead view from Google Maps. As you can see, there's a lot of the park that is developed, but a lot of undeveloped land. Over 700 acres, like I stated before, is currently is currently owned by Kings Island, but only 364 acres of it are developed, which leads to a substantial amount of land that still needs to be developed at Kings Island. In 2019, the local area complained about noise amounting from the roller coasters at Pacific times, and they questioned why Kings Island wasn't abiding by the noise ordinance policy. So I think that hinders, and I think Kings Island's going to develop roller coasters in different portions of the park in upcoming years. This is where Orion, this is the highlighted area where Orion will sit at. We got to do overhead view of Google Maps, and on Google Maps, unfortunately, it doesn't have the current progress of the roller coaster, but you've seen from a lot of our updates in previous videos that Orion is halfway completed now and will be completed on time. And the question remains, how many complaints from the local subdivisions and housing areas are going to come out from this new Giga Coaster being built at Kings Island. Looking at this overhead view, you will see Invertigo. Invertigo was built in 1997. We believe because it still has a good ridership, we believe the maintenance cost probably isn't as high as it was with the Aero coaster known as Vortex. So we believe that it's going to stay for years to come, and it offers kind of like a different type of thrill experience for different ages. And the park doesn't seem, I haven't heard any rumors that this ride is probably going to be going, or this coaster is probably going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Plus the footprint that it takes up in the area that it's in isn't that much, so if something did replace that, if they decided to let go, it wouldn't be anything huge. Looking at the area that Vortex was located in, because I'm saying was because it is going to be torn down in the upcoming months, this area we believe is going to be rethemed to something of sort of like family friendly or something like that, because it seems like Cedar Fair is kind of turning more to trying to make their parks more family friendly and not as much thrill friendly, if that makes sense. So we've seen that with Cedar Point kind of moving over with replacing different food options and putting in different types of events and things of that nature. And then last year at Kings Island, we saw the addition of the Grand Carnival. So we do believe this is going to be rethemed in the upcoming years, but it's not going to probably hold a roller coaster in that site. And then that brings us to the location where the Bat's currently at. The Bat's been at the park for quite a long time. We don't know what kind of maintenance costs it costs or anything like that. We know the ridership's very low. I've never really seen a line for the Bat at all. Even when the park's really busy, the Bat doesn't seem to have a line at all. So if Cedar Fair decides to ask Kings Island to remove another roller coaster in the upcoming future, are they going to really remove this coaster though? Because that remains to be said, because there's other aero rides or aero coasters in the country besides the one that was Vortex. So And we heard there was a bunch of issues with maintenance and the structure and things of that nature, and we think that was the main reason for the removal. With the bat, as we see, we don't know if the bat is going to be removed. It ran smoothly this year, but because of the ridership, I do expect in the future for that roller coaster to eventually be replaced. It holds a lot of memories, but if the maintenance costs are exceeding ridership and the park doesn't believe that it's going to be a coaster that people are going to cherish for years to come, and basically all it's doing is sitting there, that's kind of like what it's doing right now. So I believe in that area that if the bat stays, there's still plenty of space for a new roller coaster to exist in this area, and I believe it to be the most likely because there's more businesses located north in that area where the bat and a future coaster could be located. Plus, you have a lot of woods and things of that nature in there, so that could make for an exciting future roller coaster. RMC still has not built a roller coaster at Kings Island, so the question remains, when is the new coaster going to be coming in? Usually, Kings Island adds a new roller coaster every 3 years, so in 2014 it was Banshee, 2017 Mystic Timbers, so in 2020 it's Orion, so 2023 or 2024 we believe a new coaster is going to come, and that is the area we believe it'll go in, because that gives you a lot of land space and you don't have to worry about neighbors and things of that nature complaining about noise ordinances in that area. So if anything's going to come roller coaster wise, it's going to be in that bad area. And with that being said, we hope you enjoyed our video on what we believe in the future is going to be coming to Kings Island and where it most likely would happen at. Thank you again for tuning in to Midwest Coaster Fans. My name's Chris. Until next time, thank you again for watching our video, and please subscribe for future content from Midwest Coaster Fans.